Hi, welcome to EdTech Moment, where we take just a moment to show you how to quickly integrate technology into your classroom. I'm Bill Selleck. We're going to continue looking at Twitter in this episode. We're going to be looking at not just so much the basic things, but more the intermediate skills, tracking conversations, favorites, creating lists, things like that. Let's jump on in. You're going to be looking at my iPad during this tutorial because most of my time on Twitter is on my phone or on my iPad. So I'm going to be mirroring it on my desktop, that way you can see a nice clean version of it. I'm going to start off in just the main Twitter app, and I'm going to switch over to Tweetbot in just a moment. I want to show you why, though, I don't like the free Twitter app. Right here, Ken sent me a message. If I touch it, right there, pull down, I can eventually see the conversation, but it's kind of annoying that I have to do this step. You would think that I should be able to swipe, but that just gives me, reply to him, favorite it, and it's kind of weird. But if I switch over to Tweetbot, this is by far my favorite Twitter app. Here's that same conversation right there, that @reply from Ken Shelton. If I just swipe with one finger to the right, it pulls that whole conversation for me. It gets rid of everything else. That way I can see Ken said this, I replied here, and then he replied there. This works really well for longer conversations. So I was talking with someone about podcasting microphones earlier. You can take a look at that conversation. Again, just one finger to the side, and you can see the whole conversation as it goes. Way easier than the Twitter app. Also with Tweetbot, you get a handful of other things, and these are some more advanced functions. I wouldn't call them advanced, but compared to just reply or favorite, they're definitely more advanced. Really easy to search your mentions right up there at the top. So that's great if you're trying to say, all right, what was that thing that someone replied to me about podcasting? Just search, type podcast, it pops right up. Gives you all of your messages. You don't have to go on the other Twitter app. You have to go to me. This is the free Twitter app we're looking at. To go to me, come on. See, it doesn't even respond quickly. It takes a while to get going. And then click on the messages. Oops, push the wrong button. And then it takes you to your messages. So then your messages come up. It's kind of annoying. It's a lot of steps. Oops, come back to Tweetbot. So right here, messages, all of those messages come up. Also, your favorites are right there. You don't have to go to me and then favorites. So if you're favoriting, there's a lot of things you can do once you favorite with them, but the easiest thing is just to look at all of them right there. Really easy to search, as well as have your saved searches. Twitter pushes all of these promoted searches. Do you want to search for Go Lakers? No, I don't. I just want to see Q13 and look at that upcoming conference. And there it is. Hey, look at that. I'm the most recent person tweeting about Q13. Great conference coming up. You should definitely follow that hashtag. But anytime you have a hashtag that you love, you just click save on that search, and they all show up right there. All the annoying thing, browse trends, right there. I never want to do that. That's why people are like, I don't like Twitter. All it is celebrities complaining. Super lame. One thing that I don't use much, but I know a lot of power users use, once you start getting more followers, it's an easy way to categorize them. Recently, I went to the Google Teacher Academy up at the Googleplex in Mountain View. So I actually subscribed to Danny Silva's list down at the bottom. These are all the people that attended the Google Teacher Academy. So that's the list, but now I can also view their tweets. So now I'm looking at all of the tweets that people from the Google Teacher Academy have tweeted. So if I just want to catch up with those folks, I can see all of their tweets. You can visit us at edtechmoment.com for this and many more tutorials. This podcast was sponsored by audible.com. You can visit audibletrial.com/edtechmoment for your free 30-day trial with hundreds of thousands. You can round it to the nearest billion books, a whole bunch. Awesome, and you support our show, which is awesome, which is edu-awesome. You can also just give us a tip if you want on edtechmoment.com. We'd appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. You can always tweet at us. We are at edtechmoment. You can also email us if you're old school I guess email's old school at this point, feedback@edtechmoment.com. Thanks for taking just a moment.